Good evening. Welcome to Intel 300. Welcome to American Public University. I'm Rowan Sharma. I'll be your instructor for the next 8 weeks. And I'll have these YouTube lectures once a week just to highlight key points from the previous week, key points for the next week, and some key points to keep in mind for future writing. So welcome to the course. This course is going to teach you how an analyst in the Intel community should think, how they should approach a problem. And most importantly, the one thing I want everyone to get out of this class is how to write well, how to write for an Intel analyst. And if I can get you to do that by the end of this course, or at least get you started on that, then I have succeeded. So just about me, and I'll talk about the writing in a second, but just to give you a little heads up about me, 7 years Army officer, intelligence, did the whole Iraq, Afghanistan thing. So if you're deployed overseas, I can definitely sympathize. I left active duty about 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, and I worked as a DoD contractor with the Joint ID Defeat Organization for about 3 years when I left active duty, and then for the last 2 years I've been working as a federal civilian for both the federal government, for Department of Homeland Security, and now I work at the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, which does counter WMD programs for the Department of Defense. So that's where I am now. I can talk, if anyone wants to talk about the Intel community, work in the Intel community, getting a job in the DC area, feel free to give me a ping. I can talk to you in detail, and I could hook you up with some of my contacts. Yep, that's a little background on me. What I expect from this class is, first rule, everything's got to be on time. I'm going to be a stickler for that. I understand if someone's deployed, they don't have internet connectivity, that might be a problem, but you know, the assignments are out there. You know the assignments. You can catch up ahead of time if you know your schedule's going to be bad. I'm going to be pretty strict for that. So the assignment week cycle is due at the end of every Sunday. So Sunday night, 11:59 is when you can hand in the last assignment. I'm going to be pretty stickler on that. If there is an issue, let me know now. If you're about to have a kid, if you're going to deploy, or you are deployed overseas, or for some reason you can't get connectivity, please let me know. Writing, I mentioned it earlier. Writing is going to be your bread and butter in this class, and if you choose to pursue a career in the Intel community, writing is going to be your that's going to be your bread and butter as well. How you write, and it's better to write well and have okay ideas than to have brilliant ideas and write poorly. So the most important thing that you need to write is it needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, it needs to be written so I understand it. When we're writing, you're going to have a topic that you're going to choose, and each one of these weeks, the big thing is you're going to probably narrow down your topic. So, in the last class, someone wrote about Iran. Their topic was Iran nuclear, and then the next week they focused on the uranium cycle for the Iranian nuclear project. Then they focused on the third level cycle of the Iranian nuclear project, and then they focused on the policy implications of uranium and how it enters the Shafan nuclear power plant. I mean, if you think you have a topic that's narrow, you're going to have to narrow it down even more, then narrow it down even more, just to get the good detail and clarity. So choose a topic you like, because it's going to be with you for the next 8 weeks, and we're going to definitely explore it one-on-one. So that's a little bit of background on the course. The syllabus is up. If there's any questions, just let me know. The assignments should all be up. If they're not, let me know, but they should be taken care of if you need to get ahead of the game for some reason. So this week, basic current estimative intelligence. and that's going to be the discussion board. And this is a pretty straightforward assignment. I'm not going to belabor it. But what is basic intelligence? Those are the basic facts. The CIA World Factbook is a basic intelligence product. Wikipedia is a basic intelligence product. Just gives you the facts. So if you're going into Libya or something, then you just want to know what Libya is, what's the population, what are the major cities, what's the tribal makeup. That is basic intelligence. And if you're going in, you probably want to give a little bit more to your commander. You'd want to say, this is the basic intelligence and this is how it applies to whatever mission we're doing. So if I'm doing an air assault into Libya, obviously there's certain information requirements I'm going to need, like what are potential landing zones, what are potential areas where helicopters can operate. If you're doing a seaborne invasion, you want to have basic intelligence on the beach, the characteristics of the beach. That's basic intelligence. Current intelligence is basically current developments, what's going on now. So the best current intelligence product is the PDB, the Presidential Daily Brief. But if you're in, usually you've been in Iraq and Afghanistan, the BUB should be a current intelligence analysis where you have your baseline of what's going on in Iraq, and then you have what's happened in the last 48, 72, what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. That's kind of the current intelligence. And then the final piece is estimative intelligence, and this is you're looking long range. So let's say tomorrow we're going into Mali, or CENTCOMs or AFRICOM. You're on the AFRICOM staff, and you need to get basic, current, and estimative intelligence. So basic is essentially the CIA World Factbook on Mali, the tribes, the population, and where the insurgency is. Bam, you go into Mali, then you want the current picture. So what's going on in the last 48 hours? Who's been attacked? Where are the hot spots? Where are the IEDs being planted? And where's our targets? So that's the current intel picture. Then the estimative picture is your long-range forecast. So it's not something that usually if you go on the ground, it's not going to be impacted. But let's say the president asks, hey, what is Mali going to look a year from now after we put in, a security assistance team to counter the terrorists there? What is Mali going to look like? Well, sir, and then you give this is what it's going to look like in a year. This is what it's going to look like in 5 years. If you're talking some big strategic questions, let's say, what is the state of the Chinese military in 20 years? Because we need to buy weapon systems to counter that. So some people in this class probably have already done estimative intelligence that looks at those long range. So those are the three basic ones. You're going to see in your readings all sorts of ways that basic, current, and estimative play out. So this is a pretty straightforward assignment. And I look forward to everyone seeing it on Sunday. Look forward to having you in my class. If there's any questions, please let me know. If there's any other issues, again, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, and I'll respond. I'm usually pretty good about responding back. So look forward to the next 2 months, and yeah, look forward to the discussion board.